Gnomes, a legendary dwarf creature supposed to guard Earth's treasures underground, and their origins being a part of Renaissance magic, and also known for being a small garden ornament in the form of a man wearing a pointed hat and bearded. But you might ask, why talk about mystical dwarf people, especially when to most people gnomes aren't that meaningful, but to some, gnomes mean a whole lot more. Today we'll be exploring an obscure group that are called the Gnome Cult. So let's check out what led me to create this video. A couple days ago on Instagram, I was suggested an account that had the username Chromosome Gnome. It seemed funny enough to check out, and when you go on the account, the videos seem harmless. But when you watch these videos, they start to tell a different story. So there's quite a few interviews on here, but I'm only going to show the parts and interviews that actually have any importance. Do you truly believe in gnomes?
I do. They always sneak into your room and steal your left socks. And they praise their king, Maxwell Noblock.
So you're saying Maxwell Noblock is the leader?
Yes.
We start off with the stealing the socks. Okay, stealing only left socks, which later on in the video, this has no true importance or meaning, but he does mention a leader or king that goes under the name of Maxwell Noblock, which this name doesn't mean a whole lot, at least so far.
I think it's safe to say that he kind of is a gnome in disguise.
How long has Maxwell Noblock been the leader?
I'd say approximately 3 years.
Who was the previous leader?
There's this guy named Isaiah Soto.
No!
Not many people believe that he was, but he was actually thrown out because it turns out they don't like Mexicans.
So you're saying gnome is racist?
Yes.
Is there any evidence to back this up?
Well, why do you think they're hiding from you?
So far, we have a name, Maxwell Noblock, and the amount of years, or how long he has been a leader, at least as far as recently. And that is 3 years, and we have the potential previous leader being a person named Isaiah Soto.
Maxwell Noblock. He's a critically acclaimed rapper.
Do you think he is evil?
He's as evil as they come.
Has he tried to adopt you into gnome?
He taught me the gnome whistle to track birds. The woo woo. He taught me and try and take my family and turn them into mushrooms.
Oh, what do you what's it called? Do you have any dark secrets or truths about him?
Yeah. He broke into my house one day.
Okay, so we have a few new things that we have learned about Maxwell Noblock. It seems like he is a critically acclaimed rapper. Okay, first of all. Secondly, according to the second interview, he is as evil as they come. And he is, I guess, has a lot of knowledge in nature, especially, talking about the gnome whistle and bird tracking. But he's also not afraid to do some criminal type stuff, especially trying to take this, the second interview, person's family and try to magically turn them into mushrooms, as well as breaking into someone's house. Which to breaking into someone's house is very interesting because we don't really know the reason why he breaks into the house, but it just shows that he does have some criminal tendencies. So he's, knowledgeable about nature. He is very criminally equipped and evil, as well as being a rapper. So some real new stuff coming out with this interview. Do you think he is evil?
I do not think he's evil. I think he sometimes acts really weird, but like he's not evil. He's just a pretty regular guy.
Has he tried to adopt you into gnome?
No, because I already like gnomes. So.
Oh, can you share a little bit more about Gnome Cult?
No, that's all I really can say about it. It's, like,
Is it like a secret society?
I can't really tell you that much about it. I don't have permission to.
I see. In the third interview, there are some new interesting details that come out, and it is one of the first one is that the person being interviewed gets asked a question about Maxwell Noblock being evil, and he says no, that he's a regular guy, which seems to be that Maxwell Noblock being evil is a little bit divisive or not agreed upon. So, and that when he gets to the question about being adopted into the Gnome Cult, says he can't say much about it, that he's not alone, and that he doesn't have permission to, which seems like the Gnome Cult has almost like a hierarchy or a kind of leadership type thing, almost having like a board of, I guess, people maybe, or gnomes that say whether you can talk about it or not, which adds a new layer to the Gnome Cult. Has he tried to adopt you into Gnome Cult?
Oh, he has. And I must say, he's quite convincing. I mean, he's got a good smile. He'd be a great to-do salesman. The only thing is, he's a little too evil for me to be on his side, you know?
Okay. In the fourth interview, this one doesn't really add a whole lot, but does add a few hints of things that kind of explain more of who Maxwell Noblock is. He seems to be slick with recruiting people, so kind of adds another layer to who he is and shows that maybe he's the one who recruits the new Gnome Cult members, and how this person being interviewed says he is, he's persuasive, but he's too evil for him to be on his side. So once again adds that evilness to Maxwell Noblock. So a little bit seems controversial whether or not he's evil, but as of so far, there's no real evidence to prove either side. Do you think he is evil?
Evil?
Yeah.
There's a potential for that, I'll be honest, but he doesn't strike me as evil, but I guess the villains never do.
Has he tried to get you into Gnome?
Yeah, he's brought it up a couple times, but I don't know, I just thought it was some weird joke. Is that,
In interview 5, the person being interviewed talks about how Maxwell Noblock has the potential for being evil, which almost seems to be, implying that he is, Maxwell Noblock hides his evilness from certain people, especially by this exact quote: "He doesn't strike me as evil, but he has the potential for that."
What's your opinion on Noblock Maxwell?
Not good. Interesting fellow.
Interesting fellow. Okay.
He's like a gnome, but he's also a white skeleton guy.
He's like a necromancer.
Is he a fellow or a fella?
Oh, fella.
Do you think he's weird?
In his own way.
He puts his own spin to it. What do you think he's evil? Would you say he's like, we gotta come up with a name for him.
Chromosome gnome?
Chromosome gnome, yes. Okay.
Okay, in the final interview, we get some really big pieces of this puzzle. First of all, we get a potential face or look of who Maxwell Noblock is. We now have a face to put to the name. And on top of that, we have a clue on maybe Chromosome Gnome, the Instagram account, potentially being a part of, or maybe even the same person as Maxwell Noblock, because this clip right here shows the birth of the chromosome name. Okay, this is post recording the video, but I did manage to get a hold of one of the cameramen that helped film the Chromosome Gnome videos. I'm gonna show a little bit of I'm gonna show his Instagram thing. I'm not gonna show the tag, but I'll show you the account that I reached him under, and I'm gonna break down the video and we'll talk about it more.
Hi, my name's Logan Leon. They asked me to come on here to talk about the Gnome Cult and Maxwell Noblock, but I refuse to. They have committed so many atrocities to the school and to the students who were heavily impacted by their insidious actions. Just even thinking about it is like horrible, because they did so many bad things. Like, they like to tickle people, and like one time I was coming out of class and I was just like minding my own business, and they came in and they just like, so we're gonna tickle you. And I was like, what? I don't want to get tickled. And they're like, no, you gotta get tickled. And I was like, okay. And then I let them tickle me, but like still, it was just really bad.
It is obvious from the interview from Logan Leon that Maxwell Noblock and his evil gang of gnomes are evil and they're tickling fiends. Okay, so looking through the internet, I was able to find some gnome-related stuff. This one is really interesting because it talks about gnomes, knights, and wizards, adding a new layer to the lore, potentially having rival groups of mystical races is something we haven't seen yet, and I think needs to be explored. Both TikTok creators elaborate on the gnome, wizard, and knight battle. And it seems like from these videos that knights and gnomes are absolutely not for each other. And it seems like the wizards are the ones that are neutral, but are trying to find a side to choose to fight on. This just adds, once again, a whole nother layer. One final thing before I end this video is that I did reach out to the Chromosome Gnome Instagram account, but they, just to ask them what's the meaning or origins of these videos. They read the message and all they left was the truth will come out. So it seems like there's something a little bit more evil afoot when it comes to the gnomes. And maybe the gnomes are the true enemies here, instead of the knights and the wizards. And to finish up the video, I'm just gonna do a little recap of everything that I have researched and got and acquired through this video. To start off, we get Maxwell Noblock. Maxwell Noblock, we now have a face to put to the name, and that he's the current leader of the Gnome Cult. Second of all, we have a previous leader, Isaiah Soto. Not sure. We don't have anything really about him or anything to guess off of, so it's kind of like that. We also know that Maxwell Noblock has a group of people that are evil. There is the Gnome-Knight War going on, and currently the wizards are in the neutral zone with that. And overall, the gnome popularity seems to be on the rise, and it seems like more stuff is going to be coming out soon. And now to truly finish off the video, I just want to say thank you for giving your time to this video and actually understanding what the Gnome Cult and what gnomes are currently up to. This is an obscure topic. I'll probably be making a part 2 if things get if am able to find out more about it. But as of right now, currently I've reached a kind of just a wall. I can't figure out anything more. But until then, thank you.